F-bombs.
Oh, imagine that being the first thing of the pod. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Living our best life here. What's going on? I'm Rabs. That's Madly. Hold on. This way? This way. That's CandyManThrice, our featured member. It's a little backwards. It's fine. All right, everybody? Also, no, we're not giving away another copy of New World. We already blew. It's gone. It's gone. I already took care of it. I just can't remove that message. So just deal with it. If you can scroll up, don't get too excited. All right? Welcome to the podcast where we're going to get to know Candy, man. It's been a heck of a 15 minutes pretty much in the last 15 minutes here.
15
All right.
minutes.
Yeah, words. Candy, take it away. Give us a little introduction about yourself. Whatever you want to say.
My name is CandyManThrice. The end. No, I'm playing. My name is CandyManThrice. I have been streaming on Twitch for a little over a year. Excuse me. Oh, and I've been part of SupForce for a little over a year. I was luckily picked out by Madly. She recruited me to SupForce. Props to Madly. And I play a variety of games. I play first-person shooters, RPGs, and then some other we call dance rhythm games such as Beat Saber, and probably just that's the only one in that category as well. And then sometimes I also code on stream as well. So yeah, a variety streamer, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have
you. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Man, that was the most SupForce filled intro I've heard somebody have in a long time. That was, I appreciate that. I appreciate the shout outs there and stuff. Man, I was hoping we were gonna get some in-depth stuff here. Now you're gonna make us dig for it. All right.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna dig. We're
gonna dig.
I'm ready. I'm ready though. Oh, maybe. Hopefully, I am. We'll see.
All right. Well, let's start off. You stream on Twitch. Why did you start streaming?
So I started streaming on Twitch because I already played. I've been a gamer for a long time. And during the COVID pandemic, I wanted being inside, away from humanity. I wanted to somehow interact with people, and I felt like Twitch was a nice way to do that. And then I was also watching some of my friends. They're also doing Twitch, not for video gaming, but some of them were just they're into music, so they were doing some music things on Twitch as well. So that kind of told me oh, that's what gave me the idea to actually do Twitch when I saw them do their music stuff on Twitch. And I was like, oh, I see that's primarily used for games, and that's how I kind of started from there. So those the combination of trying to meet people, and also I see my friends do their stuff on Twitch as well. So that's what got me started.
How are you liking it so far? Right, because you're kind of fresh, but kind of not so fresh, right? You've been doing it like a year, you said. So I mean, how's that working out? How you feeling about it?
When I do it, when I do Twitch, I enjoy it. But just sometimes preparing for Twitch can be a struggle because just sometimes real life gets in the way. My work hours sometimes conflict, and then just I come straight out of work into my stream, and I'm I'm kind of frazzled when I come in the stream sometimes. But once I get going, I enjoy it though. So it's just I wish I had more time to devote doing Twitch. But I do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a good time, and yeah.
How many hours a week do you slam in there? Because I know you said you're doing 2 days.
So per day, it can vary between 2 hours or 3 hours. Mostly it's the 2 hour. But so at most, around getting at least 4 hours, at most 6 hours a week. So not that much, but I try to make the most out of it.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to ask, because I've got, obviously we've met a lot of people. We hear the people who do small streams, stuff like that, to a couple quick little ones, like that. And then we got people who do, even though they're only doing 2 days, they're doing 24 hours and stuff like that, which is insane to me. So that's I totally get it. I get the work schedule. I get all of that. I paddle that boat.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? Matt. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Madly. Go ahead.
I was just gonna train off of that. So, what do you do for work? If
So
you'd
I
like
am
to share.
yeah, a great question. I'm a software engineer by trade. I I don't do anything gaming wise in my software career, even though I wouldn't mind getting into it. But I do work at a nice company that I do software engineering for. I just actually moved to this company like very recently, so that's why people have been watching me like very recently. My Twitch schedule had to move back. It used to be 7:30, but my team is primarily in the West Coast, but I'm based out of the East Coast, so I had to like when that happened. But yeah, I'm a software engineer.
Okay. Some coding expertise in there.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions about how to get involved in software engineering or just anything in general, I'd love to talk about it. Anytime.
Absolutely, because there's people like me who have no clue.
And
And
people think it's
go ahead.
no, people
Go
think
ahead.
like you need a degree to get into it. You don't need to have a degree to get into like the tech field. All you need to do is have the curiosity. That's what I tell people. So
Interesting. That's what I'm gonna do now, Manly. I'm gonna go be a tech guy.
Okay, good luck. Let us know how that goes any day.
CandyMan's gonna teach me. I'm gonna be all hooked up. It's like I'm like a rock, buddy. Good luck. You know what I mean?
I'm sure we can get you there, man.
So what got you intrigued into that side of things, right? Like into the whole software stuff, or has this been like a lifelong tech situation?
So it kind of has been like a lifelong uh tech thing. I wish I was like better at it. Like compared to like you hear people that have been in tech for this long, like they've done things like Mark Zuckerberg and stuff like that. But um like I remember getting involved back in like uh my first introduction to coding was I had a friend back in 5th grade. We went to the public library and checked out some books together, and we just struggled to get our way through it. And that was our first way to like make like a tic-tac-toe game. And then after that, the next thing was like, have you ever heard of Lego Mindstorms? People can buy those like they're in the stores. If you love Legos, it's an easy way to like learn how to do drag and drop. If you have kids, I would advise you to look into Lego Mindstorms if you want them to get into tech. It's a very nice intro way to get people into the whole tech scene. So that was like the beginning of like how things got started back in 5th and 6th grade that way.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
We're all about to become software engineers.
Okay, no, that's why I got panic. He talks in zeros and ones, and I have no idea what he's talking about half the time. So Superhuman wants to know if you weren't like coding and all that, what would you be doing?
Oh man. So I would. So that's a question that I can answer multiple ways. I would love to do something like just play video games for a living, if I could. Like, cause I've been playing video games. I played video games like way back when. Like the first memorable like first person shooter I played was called Duke Nukem 3D on the computer, and I remember playing on dial-up with friends with that. That was like, and then of course we would play multiplayer. Then someone call, and I would get dropped into the game, and yeah. So anyway, continue to your question. If I could, I would love to play games for a living and make a living out of that. But if it wasn't for doing things for a living, I would just like to sit by a beach and just relax and just enjoy the scenery. I don't know. I wouldn't mind just being a bum somewhere and enjoying enjoying the scene if I could. basically I need a vacation. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's please help me find a vacation. I need tell my job, please.
I was gonna say, is your employer watching? Or should we?
No, they are very generous. But it's just
Somebody clip that. Make sure it gets over to them. Read a really strongly worded email.
Email it to them. Spam their email.
Listen, that's great. That's great. Those are it's funny. Like, so you're in my age bracket. This is what I'd say. Did you like? I know how I grew up around games. Like, I played Doom was my first game. Doom.
Oh, Doom.
Like,
yes.
OG, the whole deal. You know, there was no up and down, right? It was just side to side.
Yeah.
So, like, looking at things now, did you even think that playing games was anything that would be what it is right now, I guess? You know what I mean? Like, as you progress, because you said you started in like 5th and 6th grade with coding and stuff like that. To see where this has developed into, is that something you would have predicted? Because I was never in the tech world, right? So I have no idea what the word on the street was over there.
No. Back then, getting involved in tech, like, I really didn't know about like advancements in technology until like I got into college. Until then, I was just kind of learning the fundamentals. But in terms of gaming and stuff like that, like just being a gamer, like you remember back then you played a game, it'd be very pixelated, but in your mind you knew how it looked. You're like, I can tell how this person looks, and if they're just right here, but on the screen it's just very like pixelated. And so back then I was fine with that, but every time a new generation of consoles come out, I'm always impressed. Even to today, like even though I'm in tech, I'm so impressed with the technology that comes out. So yeah, I couldn't predict, and I still cannot predict how things are going to go.
It's
But
crazy.
I like it. I like where it's going.
It's crazy. So, were you an arcader?
Oh yes, I got dropped off with my mom at the mall. I would get some some quarters, and I would try to do a lot of racing games actually back then. I would just the arcade would have a bunch of racing games, and be person who wins keeps on and stays on the wheels, and other drivers swap out when they lose, and we would just do that kind of thing. I was not really good at like the Mortal Kombat in the arcade at all. Like I would just immediately get like stomped. And
I feel you.
but the driving game is where I was at back in the arcade days. And then I tried DDR one time, and I did like the easy one. And like I was like, okay, I'm doing my thing. I finished the level, and then like you see the people who are like doing like ultra hard, no hands, blindfolded. I'm like how? Like this is before you could buy DDR back to your home. Like before you could like buy it for PlayStation 1 back then, or PlayStation 2 whenever it came out. And I'm like, I was always amazed that those people that could just do DDR just that good. But yeah, so I stick to driving games.
I'm like the level easy one where it's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm that like the song's 3 minutes. I did 15 steps. You know.
No. So the car game, is it the one that you can get into a car, or is it just the wheel?
So the car game, it was like it was just a cabinet where you have a steering wheel, shifter, and some pedals, and it'll be just lined. They'll be either 2 connected or 4 connected to each other, so you could do multiplayer with each other and play that way. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, also you can't forget the basketball hoop games inside of the arcade. Those are also fun too.
No.
So we got some stuff going on here. Something about Marvel versus Capcom. Was a situation there with Iron.
Marvel versus the game Marvel versus Capcom.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, Iron says Candy don't want to see me in Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh,
actually, he whooped my.
So Marvel versus Capcom, that I remember trying to play that growing up as well, but then whenever I do play that game, I always pick the Capcom side. I just always go to the Capcom characters, in particular, the classic Ryu, Ken, and they also have my favorite Akuma, which I'm pretty sure he's like a cheat, but I like playing with Akuma.
I see how you are.
Okay.
See, I'm the fighting game guy who's got his hand like this, and he's just like, this all the buttons. You know what I mean? Just whatever's gonna happen's gonna happen.
Did you ever play Tekken 3, by the way? Tekken 3, no.
Probably. I worked at a roller rink for like 15 years of my life, man. We had games coming in and out of there all the time, you know what I mean? So I'm sure Tekken 3 was one of them. Is that the one where you could be a panda bear? Whatever one
I think you could.
It was like a panda bear, and then there was a tree guy, and then there was the dude with multiple faces, I think.
Yoshimitsu, I think.
I don't know.
But in Tekken 3,
I just told you I was this guy, man. I don't remember. They're all the same, and I'm all bad, you know?
And Tekken 3, that's how I was. I was just mashing buttons in Tekken 3 with this guy, Eddie Gordo. He was really good, but that's all I did was just mash buttons. Anyway.
So, Sneaker says we got to ask you about an arcade you built.
Oh, yeah. I did buy, I built an arcade. So I took there's a thing called a Raspberry Pi. It's a very small computer that you can like buy at like little hobby shops.
Mm-hmm.
And you can load up something called RetroPie on it. And I bought a bunch of wood. And this is back when Sneaker and I, like, we just first started dating. So like this is her like introduction to like my like all the things I tinker with. And I just remember she came home one day and I had a bunch of wood in the kitchen. And I was like just drilling holes into the wood to build the arcade together. And I built a mini cabinet for just 2 people to play, and I loaded some games on it. Took like a week and a half to build, but I just remember taking over the whole kitchen, and she wasn't that happy about it. But it was a good time. I still have it to this day. I need to post a picture of it. But it still works. And you can load up some games from emulators. I have things from Super Nintendo, some PS1 games, some Sega Genesis games, and some other things as well. But those are like the main ones. Yeah,
that's sick.
An arcade stream.
All I'm seeing is OTW right there. That's I want to see that. Drop it in. Drop it in there. That qualifies, by the way. That qualifies.
Yeah, because you made it.
Right?
Yeah,
also,
I'll have to do that, yeah.
Also, congrats for you and Sneaker, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I was trying so hard when we were trying to set this up. I'm like, I'm going to message him super late on Sunday.
She was super, like, supportive of all this. Once I told her, like, she was like, oh, you need to stream more then. You need to stream more than just your 2 days a week. You need to, she's really been supportive of this whole, me being
awesome.
featured and
MVP.
Yeah, she is MVP. Yeah,
it's always good. It's always good when you got that support. It's never good to have the battle, you know.
Yeah.
My wife is 100% on board. She wrangles the kids while I do this. GC wants to know, just because I'm scrolling back up through all the questions real quick so we can knock these ones out. What was the first game you ever completed, start to finish?
Oh my god. I'm sure there's some before this.
No, I need the first one. Don't even.
I'm just kidding. But the memorable one though, which like the one that's in my mind the most though, that I'm proud of finishing was Metal Gear Solid 2. And that's like what got me into the whole Metal Gear Solid like franchise. I went back and played like the Metal Gear Solid 1 after that, and I started going on after that. But I know they came out in the PS2. But just if I'm like the first thing comes to mind, like what game did I really complete that I can remember? I'm pretty sure I beat shooters before that, but Metal Gear Solid 2, that franchise is what like I love though. If I hear any rumors about new Metal Gear Solid games, like I'm all over it. I hope they make a remake. I don't mind replaying remakes of that game over and over and over. Like I played it again on my stream recently. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 was the first like one that I can remember.
Candy, heads up, your headset's cutting in and out, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
You're good. You're
Okay.
good. You're good. I'm just giving you a heads up,
No
man.
worries.
Listen, yeah. Let me know if I sound like I'm talking through a tin can too at some point, because my mic, the cord seems to do this. That's the thing. So, streamer to streamer. By the way, everybody in chat, we appreciate it if you tell us if something's off. Don't keep that to yourself and just deal with it. All right, we appreciate it.
Also, tag SF if anyone has any questions you would like us to ask Candy.
Absolutely. Just add SupForce. We'll make sure we get it in now. We're a half hour in. We talked about kind of where you started. We talked about arcades. We talked about the streaming and stuff. We talked, all that good stuff. Let's kick it into like weird questions, like before somebody else asks, because that's usually what happens. I'm gonna ask my question. If you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
Dolphin.
A dolphin?
Oh.
Dolphin?
Oh,
Why a dolphin?
Why a dolphin? That was a really quick answer, by the way. Did somebody give you a heads up, or you've been watching these or something? I don't know.
No.
Everybody's starting to find out. I don't know how I feel about it.
No. So the reason I picked a dolphin, in college, my friends and I, we had a our little group together. We were always studying together and all that, but we called ourselves the Splash Team, and we made it a little. We also throw little parties in college as well, and our mascot for the parties was a little dolphin.
Little parties.
But why was the mascot a dolphin?
Because the name came first, and we were like, what can go with Splash? And we're like, I guess a dolphin. But we could have picked like something like a shark or a whale, but
I mean,
dolphin,
dolphins party.
Yeah, exactly.
They do some partying.
When have you ever seen a dolphin that doesn't party?
That's right.
Never.
There's just splash happening everywhere right now. So you would be a dolphin. All right. Just so you know, that gets filed away with all the rest of the people that have ever answered this question. Just want you to know. That way when we re-up this in like 4 years, that's what's going to...
Oh, God.
I'll be like, hey, remember you were a dolphin? Those parties in undergrad, see?
Yeah.
Oh, there's some stories there. We could dig deep. Remember when we asked you if there's anything you don't want to talk about? That probably should have been on your list.
I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Do you have any favorite memories from that time? Any stories you'd like to share?
Boy, I really hope one of them says you dressed like a dolphin for this party. God, I hope so.
No,
Share no stories.
like I can tell you things like.
Listen, we're allowed one F-bomb, by the way, in case you let's just get.
I can tell you things that traditions that we did at our school, but so for example, at my college, there's this long piece of lawn, and it's called the lawn. Literally, it's probably the size of 2 football fields length, or 1.5 football fields length. And the tradition was to streak the lawn. So that's one thing that you do as well. That was probably I wasn't that crazy in college, but that was one thing that I did was crazy.
The chat really is just upset by these stories right now. It's absolutely terrified that you are going to say something.
Really if I go back to that group we call it the Splash Team, I was the tame one. I was just very okay, or this is the logistics when it comes to the party and things like that. I wasn't the front person, so I wasn't the crazy outgoing one. But yeah, just doing little traditions the school that, streaking, and then
they're just blowing your spot up, dog. They're just blowing your spot up all over right now.
What are they saying? Oh my God.
Snicker said lies on a Wednesday. Time said tame.
It was something about streaking. I'm just, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on over here on the chat end of things. Also, if you were the logistics, that means you were set up, right? Like for the parties. That's not the tame person. That's like the other end of the tame guy, right? Like the tame guy is like, I don't even have nothing to do with it. You're over here calculating how many cups you're gonna need. Yeah, I mean that's not the tame side because you're calculating for all of the wrong situations that could occur, which means you know about the situations that are going to occur.
And then there's ones that do occur. They don't account for like people damaging your venues, and yeah, it was interesting, very interesting.
What?
But
wait,
what?
wait. I have to ask about your dream job. Something about
what? I see it. Oh God.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It was a joke.
Oh, now it's a joke. Now it's a joke, everybody. Don't worry about it. Now it's a joke. It wasn't a joke then. It was all logistic out on how it was going to operate properly. But it's a joke now. All right.
Oh, goodness.
I swear.
This is fantastic. He needed to do research.
Oh, that's a favorite question.
I told Snicker, like, if you need me to take one for the team and do research, I will. And then she was like, "What? Wait, what?
I love all of this. Okay. Wow. Ah. This is why we ask, by the way, what we can and can't talk about. It's great. It's fantastic.
But these are fun times.
So,
all right, Rabs asked his question.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask my question.
I was gonna say I'm passing it to you.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Oh, that is very hard.
Mister, I want to go on a vacation.
Yeah, like, I mean, I see on like TikTok and all that, you know, if you were like Maldives on TikTok, it looks amazing there. Like the overwater bungalows and all that kind of stuff.
Where?
And then it's Maldives. It's off the east coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean. It's a bunch of collection of like small islands. But like I would love to go somewhere like it just looks really beautiful out there. Blame TikTok. I'm just saying. Just blame TikTok.
We're talking about what is it? The Maldives?
It's like
Maldives?
Maldives?
Yeah.
Maldives.
Is it, I don't know. Is it that place? I'm just Googling.
Yeah.
I'm just Googling stuff. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
It's a vacation spot.
Oh, dude, it looks sick though.
All right.
Hold on.
So why there?
Only
because of TikTok?
TikTok. Also, just like, you know, it meets the criteria of like, you know, I want to go to the beach. I want to be by the. I want to go somewhere like. I think the overwater bungalows looks kind of cool. Like you wake up and you just look down, you see nothing but clear, like the ocean and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they have stuff like that. Like yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Just giving everybody at home a little, just so you know. I'm on the Google for you.
And then also, yeah, I think it just looks beautiful there. Just so if I want to get away, like I would want to go there, and I guess another place. Backup place. I'm like, I've never been to like Asia at all either, so I would love like Japan because I love anime too. I would love to go to Japan as well. So just go experience.
It's gonna spin. It's gonna spin this whole conversation. Well, Well, Medley, do you want to lead us into that one now that that's opened up? Because now we can spin right in. Also, the before we switch, the Maldives, or however you say it, because I'm from New York and there's no water here. That looks great. That looks I also saw there's like hotel rooms under the thing where like you sleep in a glass bowl. That's sick. Sick. It's crazy. All right, go ahead, Madly. Spin us in the anime before I mispronounce Naruto for you.
Lord, you already did. All right.
Naruto.
You're killing me. All right, Candy. So anime. You watch anime, yes? Tell us what's of your favorite anime. Well, no. What got you to first start watching anime?
Oh, I guess I follow like the classic millennial trail, and I started off in Dragon Ball Z.
Careful with that. We're right on the edge, dude. Don't drag me into that.
Dragon Ball Z, and then I remember after that also got into Trigun. Was an anime from back then that I got into. Trigun, and then also Hellsing. That's like a vampire one. So those are like the ones I remember growing up in like elementary and middle school. And then once I got out of like in high school, then that became like the whole Naruto craze. And then
is that how you say it, or is that incorrect? Look at Madly's face. This is how I have to judge it. You incorrectly said it.
No, so I just keep going.
Oh no.
Yeah, see? I know. It's not phonetics. Madly, how do you say it?
Naruto.
Whatever, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me in this world.
You might have messed him up, Robs. It's probably your fault.
That Naruto there.
And I'm trying to think. After Naruto, I got into. I think I took a little break actually for a little bit, and then I came back into the world of anime, the wonderful world of anime, and I got into things like My Hero Academia, and also like things like Demon Slayer. One Punch Man is one of my like recent all-time favorites, just because it's so funny. Like if you want, it's like if people that have never watched it, it's One Punch Man is a satire on animes itself. So like it makes fun of everything in animes inside of an anime. So like, it's this guy that can beat everyone with one punch, and yeah, it's hilarious. So if you wanted like a anime to just laugh at, go watch One Punch Man. And then let's see, I said Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. Attack on Titan as well. That's another one. Like I'm waiting for it to come back and we can finish off the last season. So
man, I just want somebody who comes on here that says they watch anime to pick something from like my generation. That's all I want. Like we're the same generation. I was really hyped that you were gonna say one that I knew, and the only one you said that I knew was DBZ, and I don't really watch DBZ. The rest of them, I don't even. I've heard of Attack on Titan though. I know that one.
They're watching.
Is that the one with like a million episodes? I ain't watching that.
No, it's only Attack on Titan is only 4 seasons, so it's not like Dragon Ball Z, which is like probably like 12.
Forever.
I don't know. I mean,
it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. That one's still happening.
I don't watch the new stuff at all for that.
I figured you would have been like Dot Hack or something like that. Would have been like.
I remember Dot Hack. I didn't really watch that. You ever watch Fully Cooley?
Yeah, FLCL. There we go. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's from sorry, that's from I remember that from Cartoon Network and the anime Toonami and all that. Yeah.
Well, FLCL was like a big deal because that was like risque at the time or whatever.
Yeah,
it was a big thing. Also, they made the second season. I think. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Okay.
It's bad. Ruined it. Like Inuyasha, right? Like, come on.
Inuyasha. Oh my god. How do I forget? Oh yeah, Gundam Wing. I actually had
Gundam. Oh my
Gundam
gosh,
Wing.
I
I remember I bought like a little model Gundam to build one time.
So you're talking about all this new stuff, you know what I mean? Come on.
No, Gundam Wing was back when
I know.
our middle school. That was with Hiro Yugi. I forgot his name, but that Gundam Wing. Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
So
I feel
what
better
would you
now.
say is like your favorite type? Like, what is the type of animes you go for?
Like I'm a sucker for a good story, so that's why like My Hero is good, even though like some of the stuff is really has some filler episodes that I don't like. But you know, it's like regular movies for me. Like if it's I like action, so anything with a lot of action, I'm all for. Like regular movies, anime, any other thing. Like I like the action genre, so that's where I like things like Attack on Titan, Gundam. That's what all fits under my umbrella.
Here's my question, right? It's my anime question. Sub
I was about to
or
ask.
dub? Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I'm learning. I'm
I was
learning.
waiting.
I'm learning.
So, I watch all like My Hero and like One Punch Man. I watch it all subbed actually. I don't mind things being dubbed. Like if it's already been out in dub, I will watch it in dub. But like if I'm really interested in the story, it's always gonna come out in dub first. So I'm gonna just keep going with that. So that's what I've been doing for a long time.
Okay.
All right. Interesting.
Okay.
I'm a dubbed guy. I can't be reading the TV. I just feel like I need to buy a book or something. You know what I mean? I can't be doing that. Now, if I could get like the little voice that like on TikTok now where it can like read your thing, imagine that thing like reading the subs the whole time. It'd be crazy. I'd be down on that.
Like I feel really old now because like I don't maybe my hearing's going out. Like Sneaker and I we keep the subs on regular TV as well right now. Like
yeah, that's an over 30 thing, buddy. That's
no. I think I like having subtitles up because sometimes you miss what they're saying.
Madly, you have kids. So there's like over 30 or if you have kids. Those are the only two reasons you have subs on. I hate to break it to you. Because when you have kids, you immediately have to read the TV because you'll have no idea what's going on. Because right as they're like, and the killer is, all of a sudden there's like a fire truck toy and another kid's throwing something. You know what I mean? You never know. Now you got to rewind it. Now everybody in the universe knows except for you. For that 8 seconds, you got to rewind it. You know, it's a mess. I get it. And then when you hit 30, now you just can't hear the TV. So now you have to read it. There's no other option. You know what I mean? When the real bass music comes in from the back, you have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh, no.
You just wait, Madly. 30s when it comes, you'll know.
No,
It happens.
I'll be 29 for forever.
They give you a new TV remote that just has like a big button that says subtitles. It's perfect. They get you.
One more anime that I did want to mention that Bloody brought up. Like he reminded me of it. Yu Yu Hakusho. That was good. That was a really good anime.
I know that one.
It's very good.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. There's another one, but I don't know. Madly ask a question about stuff.
Absolutely. So let's slide into movie things. We're talking anime. Let's go into TV shows and movies.
Oh man. What about it?
What about it?
Do they
What
exist?
TV shows are you currently watching? What's your go-tos?
So my go-to, if I like, right now the season of Archer is on right now. So you watch Archer. Like I can rewatch Archer. Like just keep it in the background. It's funny. I love Archer. And then I like because of Netflix, like this list like always changes. Like I'm always like finding new shows to watch, so it's hard. But so like I also watch a lot of reality TV shows.
Oh no!
My friends. Yeah.
Oh no! Do you watch Love Island?
No, but I thought about it though.
Dude, it's a watch. Let me tell you, a guilty pleasure coming in hot.
Oh.
Love Island. It's a watch.
It's a watch. Okay,
It's a
I
watch.
need to watch. What else? I am watching.
Wait, you watch reality
Like,
show? Wait.
yeah.
Before you go on to this next topic of TV, if they watch, did you watch the animal one? What is it, Beasts of Love, where they have the makeup on their face and one's like a panda bear and one's like a beaver and a gopher and a whatever? They're just
What?
Okay, so it's like Madly. What's that sci-fi show that does all the
Face
makeup?
Off.
Okay,
Face
it's
Off.
like that, except for these people have to date other people that are dressed like animals and they don't know what they look like. I mean, obviously they still cast like 11s out of 10s, but that doesn't matter because it's Netflix. But but it's wild. It's God,
Wild.
it's great. I wasn't trying to be punny there, but thanks for that. It's the New Balances. It just comes out.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right. Spin on.
So, shows I like to watch on Netflix recently was Too Hot to Handle, The Circle. There are all these reality shows. Recently finished Squid Games, of course. Like, have you watched? Squid
I haven't
Games at
watched
all?
a single episode, but it's okay. You
haven't
can ruin it
finished
if you want.
No, don't ruin it.
I'm not
Don't
gonna ruin
ruin
it. But that is a really good show. Really good show.
I heard
and-
watch it dubbed, not subbed. I heard the subtitles are all jacked up or something. Something's wrong with the subtitles for that show.
I did hear about.
Okay.
I heard the same thing. We watched it dubbed for that one. And what else? Oh, sometimes cooking shows as well. What was the one? Gordon Ramsay, all like some of his shows as well. To get some
Kitchen.
yeah, Hell's Kitchen. That was the one recently we finished watching.
Wait. Speaking of Hell's Kitchen, have you by any chance happened to come across a Hell's Kitchen person?
Yes, I have. Sneaker for her birthday, she coordinated. So the one of the Hell's Kitchen finalists, he lives close by to us. And he came by and did like a private dinner for her birthday. Yeah. So Declan, his name. He was like he's a big Irish guy from the last season. So yeah. It was good food. Really, he's a really nice guy too.
Aw.
And he was talking about like he says Gordon Ramsay, he may seem like a bad guy, but he's actually a gentleman in real life. He's really nice to people. So yeah.
Declan Horgan.
Yes.
The internet's powerful. It's crazy.
And then what I watch let's see, on Netflix they also have I do like a lot of documentaries as well. Like so Explain on Netflix, they have a bunch of different series to just learn about a bunch of different things. What is like all those like little crime mystery things on Netflix? I watch those as well.
Oh, you watch the serial killer stuff?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Oh man.
And and then she's like, and Sneaker's always like, I can't watch it because what if they never found the person? And I'm like, you gotta learn the story about it. Might find a motive in there. I don't know, but it's interesting to watch to me. So yeah.
Did you watch Tiger King? I know we're like a year out from that. Can you believe that? It's been like a year.
That's crazy. Yeah, I did watch Tiger King. That was a very interesting show.
So I got to spin into this real quick because you keep mentioning Netflix. Are you only a Netflix watcher, or do you have like a bajillion? Are you like me? I have them all for no reason.
Yeah,
I watch them all.
I have them all. Yeah, I have them all. I probably don't need them all. Like I also have Hulu, Disney Plus.
Do you got Paramount? Did you bite the bullet on Paramount?
I didn't get Paramount yet.
Okay.
But if they start like I have HBO Max for like the movies that come out. Disney Plus, I think I said Disney Plus. So I watch a lot of stuff up there. Can't wait for they just started filming season 3 of Mandalorian. I just heard, so I'm excited for that.
And they're doing the Book of Boba Fett too. That one's
really
December, right?
Yeah, December it drops. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Real good. So wait a minute. There was a question about this. Something about Disney Plus. I remember this. Hold on. Oh, do you watch Marvel's What If? Iron was asking. I mean, he asked anybody. They asked anybody, but
I have not, but I've been meaning to. Like, I know it just finished up, but I've watched all the Marvel things that have come on to Disney Plus except for that one, but not on purpose. I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't had I have a backlog of stuff I need to get through still. But it's on my to-do list.
Here comes the biggest question of them all. This will be the deciding factor on if the podcast ends right now. Marvel,
I think he'll pass.
Or DC.
So the thing about it is this isn't fair because I know the answer. I know how you feel about it.
No, answer honestly. My opinion should not sway you in any way, shape, or form.
So I like Marvel better. I can tell.
He's shaking his head. Why?
DC isn't bad. I think, for example, Wonder Woman in DC, amazing. Like they did a lot of great things of that. The Christian Bale Batman was really good, even though like he's not in like this current like series, but I really liked him in that. But yeah, Marvel just in general the first like movie that really got me into like Iron Man 1. Like as someone that was like into like technology and all that, like when I saw Iron Man 1, I was like, I want to be like Tony Stark. I want to be, able to do stuff like that. And I want my superpower to be like I'm just rich. That's his superpower. He's rich.
Yeah, he's Batman. You're right. We already got somebody like that. Don't worry about it.
I know.
Don't worry about it. We already got one of those. You're welcome, Marvel.
This is true. That line was actually from Batman. Yeah, he's like, "What's your superpower? I'm rich."
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's the best. All right.
So is Iron Man your favorite Marvel movie?
If it's not my favorite, it's one of my favorites. Oh, that is hard. There's so many. So like, yeah, for like Iron Man 1, probably like one like the best. I want a good laugh. Watch, Thor. That he's just funny in that. Thor's funny in that. And also I like Guardian Galaxy Volume 1. I don't know why. I just really like that.
Good movie. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, me and Iron we gotta take this outside real quick, all right?
For real.
I see it.
DC trash. I see you. If you watch Titans, excuse me?
Oh, so we start. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. That is amazing.
Yeah, we start watching Titans. It is good. Oh my! I will say
that's
that
real
is good.
Dude, it gets real good. I'm all caught up, by the way, madly. So.
I'm only on season 1 right now. And I'm like, oh my god!
You ain't even in the thick of it yet.
Like we're almost on season 1. I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Did you watch? Did you watch Doom Patrol too? Because they kind of.
I did not watch Doom Patrol. No, was that good?
It's really good. It's the lighter side of DC. That's what I'll say. It's the lighter. It's the Marvel side, we'll call it. It's the lighter comedy. Everybody's, la la la, that kind of thing. Like, Marvel is, they're all happy over there and high fiving and stuff all the time.
Oh god.
There's a reason Marvel's on Disney. All right, Iron, relax.
You're saying, no one really dies over there.
Half the population died in Marvel. What are you talking about? By a snap.
We're not spoiling nothing.
Okay. The movie's been out forever. I've never seen the Avengers, and I can still tell you that happens.
Technically, it didn't though.
But we talking movies. I'm sorry, did you not see the Snyder Cut? We can Iron. I can't. We gotta get back to Candyman. I can't be having this conversation. This be a whole thing. We had one movie that equivalated to a whole 3 of yours, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Wait. You picked your wedding ring based on Marvel? Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
So I just like my wedding ring has like some gems in it, so I always called it like my Infinity Gauntlet on my finger. That's all. So I always said I was like, I have the power basically. So that's she just like Sneaker knows. Like I call my ring Infinity Gauntlet basically because it has like little cuts, little gems in it.
So don't snap.
Not with the left hand at least. I don't think I can. I don't snap.
Oh no, I was practicing.
Maybe I can. Oh, never mind.
All right. Madly, this is after travel and stuff. This is where you usually spin it into food. And I actually expected that when you said, when Candyman, you had mentioned that you watch food shows, which brings me to my first food question. Do you watch the, like, holiday bake-off stuff?
So, on Netflix, we watched a show called Nailed It, which is just like hilarious, where people just try to make something.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I would be the same thing. I would do the same thing or worse. Like I may have a lot of like technical skills, but I have like zero like or near zero cooking skills. So if you ever see Nailed It, just think of me because I'm probably like there at that level or worse. But I love watching it though. It's really fun to watch. I wouldn't mind going on Nailed It, by the way, just to have a kick at it and just see how I do. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, Nailed It, Hell's Kitchen. What else? Oh, you asked about baking shows, but yeah, it'll be Nailed It. Probably is only one. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get on the holiday baking shows. It's wild. You know, I'm into it. You know what I'm saying? All right, Madly, take it into food. This is usually your.
Absolutely, we love food here. What's your favorite food, Candy? I need to know.
Oh man.
People.
So, I like you can ask Thinker. Like I love pasta. Now, what type of pasta? I don't know if it's pasta. Usually, I will just eat it. Like I don't know. Like when you ask that question, I think it's something I can eat at any point of the day. And pasta is one of those things I wouldn't. If someone gave me pasta, I wouldn't be mad for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, kind of thing. Other than that, it'll probably be pancakes. I love pancakes. Whenever I go for breakfast foods, I go for pancakes for some reason. I don't know why, but I love pancakes.
Okay. So just any type of not like one pasta out to you.
Nothing like
spaghetti, macaroni,
like fettuccine.
Yeah.
Fettuccine Alfredo is also good.
So you prefer Alfredo sauce over red sauce?
Oh no, I'll take any sauce. Like I'll take any of it.
Wait. What?
No. I get like you said, just like Alfredo sauce versus other
Alfredo.
sauces, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll take like I said, pasta in general. Like I'll go for any.
What's your least favorite sauce out there? Everybody always talks about favorite this, favorite that. What's the one that, like, if it shows up, I'm out. I ain't paying no tab. I gotta go right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like I've never it would have to be something that tastes really bad. But like I don't know. Pasta's just so good and so rich. It tastes so good. Oh, vinaigrette. I've never had. Pancakes vinegar. I've never had that for my pasta before.
What's the orange sauce?
Orange
So
vodka
I only
sauce,
oh, go ahead.
right? Vodka sauce, where you combine the two.
Yeah, that's cocky. I'm not into that. That's a
So
no-go.
I sort of preface my answer like when I think of sauces, I don't think of like Alfredo and marinara. I'm not sure what other sauces I've had. I'm pretty sure I've had many more, but like I don't know besides those two.
Well, if you smash
And then
the two together, you get the orange sauce. Don't do it.
There's a
oh,
green one. I don't remember what the green one is. Or like garlic butter.
Garlic butter? Is that a thing people do on pasta?
Yeah, garlic and butter.
How about garlic? What about garlic bread is really good too.
Fat.
I love
garlic
just
bread.
just dipping the bread inside the sauce. Oh my god!
Hold up, Matt Lee. Was this you who didn't know about this?
What? About
Candy,
garlic
do you
bread?
eat spaghetti sandwiches?
Oh yeah.
No, but I've heard of space. I've heard that before though.
All right. Yep. Have you
It
never had?
sounds like a little kid thing to do.
No, it's what you do with leftover spaghetti.
Oh.
Spaghetti sandwich. That's what I deal with, folks. Okay.
Well, anyway.
Are you a homemade garlic bread or a buy like the pre-loaf?
So we do most of the time we like buy it, but like I'm pretty sure like the times I've no yeah we've like I've like if you go to like a restaurant and get like a homemade, it tastes
No, I'm
tastes
talking about
amazing.
you. I'm talking like, do you buy
Oh.
the loaf of bread, slice it down the middle, put the on there? You know what I mean?
So I've tried that before and not too much success, but I will try it and I'll still enjoy it. It doesn't taste like regular garlic bread, but
Oh, no.
otherwise I will still just buy. Usually I'll buy it though when I'm at home though.
So on Nailed It. Would you be the winner or the
No.
first elim?
They would put me on the show like if they kept me around. They kept me around for some good laughs. Basically, they were like, we got to keep him around because we need to get this episode to sell and get some good ratings. So we're gonna keep this good man around. We won't let him win, but he's just hilarious. Like he like put like the wrong stuff inside his cake. His cake is flat. It's like exploding. I'll probably mess up. Like I don't know what I would do, but it would be a good time for the network from to watch me.
So can't cook is what I'm hearing.
I would have fun though. I would make it look very professional, but until they taste it, they were like,
All right. So let's talk about it. You go to you're on Hell's Kitchen. Okay, let me paint the picture for you, like you don't have on that wall behind you. All right. I told you it was gonna come up. I told you it was gonna come up. Let me paint this picture. Maybe you can like transfer it onto that wall. But all right. So you're on Hell's Kitchen. It's the final three. Doom doom doom. You got to make them your special dish, right? That's what happens, right? You gotta make your dish.
oh god.
What's the dish you're cooking for Gordon Ramsay?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be anything. Don't go crazy. Just something you know you can cook and cook very well.
I would fillet some salmon.
Okay.
And I would feel seasoned up very well.
What are you using to season it? We need to know.
We can make some homemade spices with either like you can mince some garlic or chop up some onions and put it all together. Put some salt and pepper. Make your own little seasoning that way. And I'll probably splash some lemon on it to give it some lemon flavor. And then I wouldn't pan fry it. I would probably bake it, just because I'm more comfortable with that, and I'll probably burn it in the cast iron. So I have to make sure.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's why I asked. I know. Sorry.
I said, oh yeah. Oh god.
We're doing great over here. You just keep worrying about your baked salmon with your homemade spices. They're just.
I would probably, but I would lay it on top of a bed. No, what do call it? A medley of. No, actually, I would get some asparagus. I would do asparagus aside.
Man,
There we
okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would go
I
good
don't
with
know
like
how-
the onion garlic kind of blend you got going on in the start there. I got you.
Yeah.
Yo, how'd you know Sneaker called you out right out the game as like PB&J?
I mean, what did I have for dinner today? A classic. I did a PB&J. So, but only because for dinner, like I try not to eat meat for dinner. I usually eat my meats early in the day. So, but yeah. I see the comments. Oh god.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen him make this before.
Like I can easily I've done it with already cut up salmon. So like all I need to do is just cut the salmon myself. I'm pretty sure it'll work out the same way. That's the only difference right there.
Sneaker, we're gonna need you to confirm that.
We need to see this. Can we get a cooking stream?
Oh, it'd be
Oh
fantastic.
no.
Yeah.
no,
I want to
no,
see
no.
the medley. I want to see the medley.
I just had to pull that word out because I've heard it so many times on Hell's Kitchen. I wouldn't. I don't know.
We need to see this. We need a video of this. Can we get a hot YouTube action for this one, buddy? You know what I mean?
Can we have nailed it at home?
Yeah, that'd be
It- it-
fantastic.
Like I might burn the house down or something. It wouldn't
You
be
sounded
that bad.
pretty confident. You were chopping garlic and onion, putting it together,
Fresh
a
lemon.
little fresh lemon on it. Also, you were baking it, so it's in a contained area that's meant for that. So, like, it's not out being fried around. It was well planned out. I mean, you really covered your bases. A medley of asparagus.
No, it wouldn't be. I came back thinking I didn't mean a medley of asparagus. I was going to say a medley of like rice or something, but no, just asparagus on the side. I wouldn't want to do that. The asparagus.
Twice, man, thrice. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Oh.
What's for dessert though?
Yeah. Where's the right Sneaker? I'm with you. Yeah, what's the dessert after this? Baked,
That I'm
baked
making?
salmon a la asparagus.
So I could probably do this. If something I could do this. A classic yellow cake with chocolate frosting. I can do that. I remember doing that as a kid.
Hold up, out the box.
It doesn't go. Huh?
Out the box, like it comes.
Yeah, I'll do out the box because if it's something I can do, I'm gonna have to go up the box. But I would present it on a nice plate for Chef Ramsay, and might do some something that says like in chocolate like I deserve to be first place. Right on the plate. Like
Sorry about the salmon.
This makes up for the salmon. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so salmon, asparagus, and yellow chocolate cake.
Yeah. That's a good combo. We're one right after the other.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's like I'm not a good cook, but I'm gonna have to go with what I can do though. I'm gonna just.
There you go. Oh, what about a go-to drink? What are you pairing this with?
Okay. If since this is salmon, I would want to do it with some a white wine of some sort. So you could do it with possibly Chardonnay. The Chardonnay would probably go good with it.
Okay.
And then for the cake, maybe there's those types of wines, the dessert type of wines, not like the sweet ones, but there's the ports. I think those are called ports.
Mhm.
It's a good something. That's a good wine for that. So 2 little wines that go good with those type of foods. So I can do wine, but because I like indulging in wine and alcohol, but
With the lemon.
yeah.
I don't know anything about wine. Sneaker hooked me up here. I don't know nothing. Ports and whatever the other kind is.
Good guy.
At least you'll nail the wine.
Yeah, I can. Come to me for tell me what
Get
you're
him
about
drunk.
to make.
You'll be fine.
Exactly. If someone else can make the food, I can pair it with some good wine for you.
All right. So we're having chicken nuggets with buffalo sauce and steak fries. What's my pairing? What's my pairing?
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna hit you with it. You know what I mean? You threw it out there. I'm coming at you.
These chicken nuggets they have a little spice. Are they like?
No, dude, they come in a bag for like $4.99 for $80. You know what I mean?
So you could go about to Sauvignon Blanc, or you go back to the Chardonnay if you want. Something they're both white wines.
Jot this down. I'm gonna jot this down real quick because you know what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna go make some $4.99 chicken nuggets. I'm gonna go buy a bottle of wine, and I'm gonna do this on a video right now. You know what I'm saying?
The Candyman told me that this is gonna go good. Now I'm gonna do a blind reaction to this right now.
Yeah, chicken nuggets, buffalo sauce, steak fry, and then what'd you say? Because it's something I can't pronounce. I'm wearing a flannel.
Or
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Salvion. I'm sure there's like a little
SAU.
SAU. Oh yeah. That's exactly how I had that spelled.
Yeah,
I'm just too good.
Oh,
Savignon. All right. It's right there in the chat for me. Perfect. Thanks, Vine. That's how I'm going to the liquor store. I'm gonna need some of that Sauvignon. Blank. And that's how I'm gonna handle that. All right. I hope somebody asks me what I paired it with. I'll be like, I was told cheap chicken nuggets and buffalo sauce and steak fries. We got this. Twitch.tv/CandyManThrice, by the way. Go check it out. He'll pair your wines with whatever food you want. This could be a thing. This could be a thing. It could be Instagram reels and TikToks. Pairing wines with terrible foods. Oh my!
Yo, you could become famous.
It's a $1 million idea. There you go. Nobody else take it out there.
You say that, but I think you actually may be onto something though. It'll be hilarious because then if I get it wrong, it's either blind reactions. Would make the goal right there too.
That's it.
Not if, but when I get it wrong, because I will get it wrong.
Oh no!
I'm fine behind the scenes telling them.
Oh yeah, I'll probably ask Vine. She knows a lot more about wine than me.
Yeah, Vine could spell it.
Holding up cue cards.
Oh my goodness.
Cry.
This has been hilarious. I'm dying right now.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to drop them.
Yeah, drop questions. I have one. You got any ink? Oh god, just smashed my everything. I'm sorry, everybody's ears. Apologize to headphone users.
Do I have any ink?
Yeah,
I don't have any tattoos, but not like I just haven't. I've always wanted to get a tattoo. I just don't know what I'm gonna get a tattoo of. Like I'm just like I would definitely get one.
Piece of advice: the first one's always regretted. I don't care what anybody tells you. So just bite the bullet and just get whatever the hell you want. Just go get something stupid. It doesn't matter. The first one's always the tattoo's always like everybody you ask who their first tattoo is, and they're like, yeah, it's this one over here. Do you have to look at this one? Just look at all the rest of these. Don't look at this one.
I've always thought of you ever played GTA 5, Trevor?
Yeah.
He had this tattoo of the dotted line like cut here or something like just something funny like that. Of course, I wouldn't want to do that.
I was gonna say your first tattoo is gonna be a neck tattoo. Dang!
Oh, we start
In it to
rough.
win it, no joke.
I don't know.
Sneaker, would you
That'll be
approve? Was that neck tattoos on the table? Look at like flaming cherries right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full sender, no send. Exactly.
Funny.
I mean, I guess, right? Sneakers on board. There you go.
And then like I've seen like a lot of like other like programmers in my like they get them in between in between their fingers and stuff like that. Like so like cool little things like this is one for like my significant other. This is for like my kids here. So it makes them like look professional, but they still got the ink on there. They still have the tattoos and stuff like that. So I've also thought about that as well. But nowadays, like that was like when I first got into the career. Like nowadays, like people don't care where you have tattoos at now. So I don't know where I would get it.
Like I said, your first one is like that's the one nobody ever wants to talk about. So that's like just go get like I don't care what you get, like a music note somewhere, because then it just opens up the world of like, you know what I mean? You kind of know what it feels like. So then you're like, I was, you know what I mean? You gotta get through the first one and then it's over. That's just how it works. I would say if you had to get one right now, if it was like, yo, we're going right now, I'm footing the tab, I'm picking you up, we're rolling out. You got like the car ride is 11 minutes. Got to figure it out. What's your tattoo? A baked salmon recipe on it. Medley, no way. Oh. Asparagus.
If I had to get a tattoo right now, I guess I would make it something in the middle actually. Something to
it's a good decision.
something devoted to my late father. So I'll get something devoted to him basically. So yeah.
Okay. Name.
Any piercings?
No piercing.
No piercings? I don't have any either.
I have 3. So.
Homemade spices. Fine, stop. Yeah.
Oh my God, get homemade spices.
Homemade spices. I'm telling you. I'm gonna
make right here. Like right here.
Homemade and then spices.
I feel like I need to get it on like.
Get it in like really tough to read ink so you can like tell people that it says whatever, but really it just says homemade spices.
That would be good.
Oh goodness! So I gotta change the subject. We got 10 minutes remaining. Throw your questions out if you got them. We got 10 minutes left in this thing. We got to cut it off in an hour and a half, or it screws up the whatever we do for YouTubes and all that, and everybody gets all mad. So yeah, I have to answer to people. It's crazy, isn't it? All right. But anything you're looking forward to in terms of gaming coming out in the next couple months here? I know it's going to be it's been a pretty big drop for about a month now. There wasn't anything for like a solid 6 months, and all of a sudden it's just one right after another. So is there anything that's...
Oh man. So
Panic Nuts, my next question, by the way. Sorry. Go ahead.
So the games I'm looking forward to were like New World and then Back for Blood, and those just recently both dropped out. Like they both came out. So I've been playing those. So I don't have my eye on much else right now. Like because like New World is just occupying my time right now.
What thing are you? What faction?
Marauders.
Ah, good choice. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. No.
Like
perfect. So... Method shows up right now. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
So when they open up the server transfers, I'll be coming over to Satara. Right now,
Okay.
like I'm on mute right now. Just
I think that's
kinda,
where everybody's probably going to end up, from what I've been talking to everybody.
yeah,
I know.
Satara. Yeah.
I know. Jump in that shameless plug for the server right now. We have a new world thread that's underneath Gamers Corner. Jump in there. We're going to be talking about where we're all going when server transfers open up, and we can all play together and do all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
let's do
Not
that.
yet, panic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the question that's coming now. So new world and B for B. Also, I've heard a lot of hate on Back 4 Blood. I played the beta. I've heard a lot of people say that it's worse than Left 4 Dead at this point. I don't know what they did on full release or anything, but I've heard a lot of bad on release. Still, thank you for the follow. And fine, by the way, I saw you. I just didn't have finger guns at the time.
ASO?
I don't know. All right, so I got to ask the question because we're running out of time and Pancakes is here and he wants to know if you ran SupForce for the day, what would you change, add, get rid of? It's all in your hands. We all work for you in that moment.
So.
And be honest. Don't try and you're not going to hurt our feelings. We've been doing this a while.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, this might already exist, but I'll say it. So I know how we have like the different roles that we can assign to each other when we first come into the server. And when people come to the server and they assign those roles to each other themselves, I think maybe there might be like a rotating cast, like a member of the SupForce to help the new people that are belong to that particular group. So like, okay, for example, someone that says they assign the Twitter thing, the Twitter hashtag to them, Twitter role to themselves. Maybe that person that just joined SupForce because they're just fairly new to like how to navigate Twitter, period, and they want to become a better person that can in the whole Twitter sphere. So maybe having someone, not it doesn't have to be one to one, but just like someone that they can like go to for like, okay, how can I improve myself? And kind of help more because I know we have like different channels that help people can ask any questions, but like more of like mini mentorship, I guess, for those people as well. I don't know what how that would look logistically at all, but I was just thinking like, especially like if you have like a lot of new streamers coming in, how do we maintain them, maintain the community for people who are new to like that community, not only to SupForce but to that community itself that they're a part of. So they're not only new to SupForce but also particularly new to Twitter, for example, and how to navigate that. So just give them the resources to be successful in their career in that social realm. So that might be something. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
My suggestion as it stands right now, I'm going to throw it out there. Don't be afraid to ask. That's like the biggest thing. Like GC's learning Twitter right now as he goes, and he's been asking questions and stuff. It's crazy. But like the hardest thing for somebody to do, and I don't know why this is, and Candy, I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard from me, it's so hard for people to just ask a question. Like just ask the question. Nobody's gonna be like, don't ask that here. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get that.
Yeah, just ask. It's better to ask than to sit there and be like, what?
It's tough.
And like, yeah, I've seen SupForce. Everyone here is very, very supportive. And I expect like nothing but heart warm, like nothing but positive energy from those kind of questions. So yeah, yeah, that's all. That's my answer to the question.
Man, I was hoping you were. I like when people like tear us down about something. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I don't know why. I feel like it's like the roof. You know what I mean? You don't fix it until it starts to rain water in.
That's
So
true.
somebody's got to be the water. You don't just fix a roof to fix it. Half the time you don't even know it's broken.
I'm gonna upgrade the roof.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I like people like, that's how we got rid of no XP. There's no XP loss now and all that good stuff. I like to hear those things. So don't ever think, by the way, you're going to hurt our feelings and ask the mods if you throw something at us. We're all about it. This place has changed so much in the last 3 years. It's unfreaking real, or 2 years, or 2.5, or whatever it is now. God, I don't even know.
I do appreciate the new XP loss, by the way. That was really helpful for like me. Like sometimes like I just get busy with life and I have to take a break. So I really appreciate that y'all did that.
It's and that's
Aw.
that's all it takes.
Good
It's
to
just
hear.
we need to know, because like for us, we don't get to see all the ins and outs that a member goes through, right? Because obviously we have to be here like all the time and all that good stuff. So it's tough to see it from a perspective of somebody who lives that. Doesn't like my job allows me to have my phone all day. I can literally sit right on it all day. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for me to know. I like that. So yeah, ask the mods. Just throw it in there. You can at me, at staff, at mods, at panic, whoever you want. Whatever you want to do. That's just yell at us. We're about it. Tell us it's terrible.
I appreciate it.
I'm about it. That's the best. You know what I mean? That's the best feedback, because anybody can tell you're doing something really good. It's when they tell you that you need to work on something that kind of changes it. Now, 2 minutes left in this thing. Plug away. I want all of your shameless plugging to occur right now. Like the most shameless, gutless, whatever that salmon recipe was. Like, throw that. Yeah, everything. All right, I want to hear it all. Where do we find you? What days? What times? All that good stuff.
You can find me, CandyManThrice, on Twitch. I stream normally Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we're also doing a stream right after this today. But normally Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me on TikTok. You can see me talk about my struggles as being an older millennial. And then as well as I'm on Instagram as well. And I have a Twitter, but I don't really use. But Instagram, you can find me on Instagram. That's like those are my 3 main platforms that I'm on.
Madly's got them all right there. Bam!
Yep, they're right there.
Click, click, click,
What do you
click,
think?
click, click. Man, she gave out your Steam?
Oh yeah, I give it my theme. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I hope everybody watches this in the future. I hope this video gets like 8,000 views, and every single one of them clicks that link right there. Oh, my God. I'm just kidding. Also, by the way, Candy, there is a word for us that are the old millennials. It's boomenial is the word you're looking for.
What?
Don't listen to him.
Boomenials, like boomers and millennials. We are boomenials, all right?
Millennials.
Don't let the rest of them take you down, all right? We got to stand together. There will be New Balances and jorts handed out at the meeting, all right?
All right, I'll be there.
This is soft food. Don't forget, anybody who gives all their support and focuses on Candyman gets awesome added XP bonus too. So that's even more reason to, and always wait till like 3 a.m. and then go like everything. But do it in like a 30-second interval, so it's just like notification to the phone, and then it's long enough where it doesn't stack them. Just keep, you know what I mean? Just right
It's
at like
fine.
3 a.m. Just blast it. Things vibrating or whatever. Love it. All right. So, Candy, you're streaming right after this, so I'm going to cut you loose so you can go get set up.
Yep.
So we can raid you, and then our cameras are going to get all borked, but that's fine. It's been an absolute pleasure. This has been fantastic.
Likewise, I enjoyed this. It was great talking with everyone.
If you ever travel north, by the way, I just want you to know I'm holding you to that salmon recipe, and I will have all of the 3 things that you need to make that up here.
I'll let you know.
All right. I'll be ready.
You need to start making the spices now.
No, you have to bring your homemade spice packet, whatever,
Yep.
whatever's in there.
Bottle.
Start calling you the Colonel or whatever. You got this.
I call it a secret recipe. It'll be wonderful. I'll take you up on that. I'll let you know.
All
And
right.
if anyone comes to the DC area, let me know as well.
Sweet.
I'll make it for you.
Listen, I'll take a road trip. I ain't bashful. If that's what you're making for dinner, I definitely got to check that out. I ain't even know. All right, go live. Go.
All right.
Go be live.
Me.
Bye,
We'll see you in
everyone.
a little few.
We'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, look, where are you? Oh, Madly's over there now, and I'm like down here. Look at chest pocket up in this corner. Perfect. Everything's fine. All right.
All right, guys. We're gonna go read Candy in a little bit. Don't forget that he is still a featured member for this week as well as next week for a total of 3 weeks. You can go support him and show him.
I'm like the neighbor
after the raid.
from Tool Man.
What?
From Tim the Tool Man, I'm like the neighbor, right? Wasn't that?
Huh?
Where you like? No, I'm old. Okay. All right, don't forget, guys, there's cool stuff always happening. Discord.gg/SupForce. Check us out. Have a great time in there. Meet everybody. We're going to go to another screen so I can set up the raid and make sure Candy's going live and doing all that fun stuff. And that way you don't have to look at half of my face in my chest pocket over here. Right there. It's weird. All right. Woo. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, everybody, for the follows, all the XPs and stuff. We're going to put you on this rating screen that I hope is set up good.
There. Oh, yes, it is.
Your hands got it in both. I can wave in 2 cameras at once if I do this.
Thanks for being here.
We're terrible. This is awful.